I first visited the Netherlands at the start of a European train trip with friends, but we were disappointed. Now years later I come to believe there was more to this country than we had experienced. In this mini-series I'll look at why. In the first episode I'll look at a mission I set myself that would take me part way across the country to see what else it had to offer. We left the green fields of England crossing the English Channel on a blue and white Dutch KLM flight. Below us first the sea windmills of England, then the windmill farms of the Netherlands as we reached the Dutch coast. The coast looked interesting. Then we flew over the multicoloured fields of the Netherlands with canals around each field, and then the larger industrial waterways as we approached Schiphol Airport. Dozens of blue and white KLM planes lined the airport tarmac as we landed. Then I headed for the airport train station. I wasn't going into Amsterdam as this had been the cause of our disappointment so long ago, but instead got on a train for Rotterdam. The Sprinter train pulled into Rotterdam station, and at exiting the station I immediately saw examples of the amazing architecture Rotterdam is famous for. The station building itself is an amazing piece of architecture, and around the central station square are some stunning modern skyscrapers. Rotterdam's architecture was one of the reasons why I'd come, and in the following video I'll go more into Rotterdam's attractions, its architecture, cityscapes, art and transport system. But for now I headed to my hotel and decided my plan for the next few days. The weather was bad the next day, and I decided my first mission would involve catching trains. I headed back to the train station, and my first destination was Den Haag, or The Hague. I had to go via Gouda, or Houda as the Dutch pronounce it, but no cheese for me, just a train change. The direct route via Delft was closed due to engineering works. When I arrived in Den Haag, it was pouring with rain. The skyscrapers interlaced with tram systems were impressive by the station, but the rain put me off exploring on foot. I went into the tram office and bought a 2-hour tram ticket. That gave me 2 hours to complete my mission. I was having trouble with the Dutch place names. Their strange spellings were hard to pronounce in English, let alone in Dutch. I jumped on a tram though, heading to my final destination of the day. My destination was Scheveningen Beach, one of the most famous beaches in the Netherlands. I wanted to see how it compared to the British coast. How was it different and how was it the same? As it was still raining, I headed onto the pier. It's a very large pier with a top deck and an inside part where you could stay dry. Entry was free and there were not many people there due to the rain. Out on the beach were some hardy holiday makers, but it was still raining hard, so I stayed under cover. There were all sorts of stalls, both food and seaside games. Kind of different to the UK, but kind of the same. Outside, a big wheel turned with very few people on it. My mission to the coast was complete. Just time for some Dutch pancakes by the famous Keurhouse Hotel and see the strange life-size Lego giraffe on the prom. Maybe the perfect place to meet a friend.